Alright, so we're going to complete the exercise for question 5. Okay, so as you can see here, these are the example for CPM activities. Okay, so these are the activities if to I, and then each predecessor for each activities, and you will look into the normal estimate time here. Alright, so I've draw for you the diagram according to the activities. So if you can see here, the activity A have no predecessor, so we assume it will connected from the start node. Okay, and then the estimate time here is 4 according to the normal time stated on the table. And then for B, the predecessor is A, so the arrow come from A here, okay, to have the node for B, and the estimated time is 3 according to the table. And then for C, the predecessor also A, so here we draw the arrow, go to the node C, and the estimate time is 2 here. Okay, and then for D, the predecessor is B, so the arrow come from the node B to have the activity D, and the time estimate is 5. And then for E, the predecessor is came from activities B and C, so for E, the arrow come from B and C here, C and B, and it will have node E with estimated time 1. Okay, and then for F, the predecessor is C. Okay, so the arrow come from node C with the estimated time is 3. Okay, proceed to the activity G with the predecessor of E and F, so the arrow come from node E and F here, and the estimated time is 4. Okay, and then for H, the predecessor is D and F. Okay, so for H, the predecessor from D and F, so the arrow come from D and F, activities D and F, and H have and H with the estimated time of 5. Okay, and the last one, I, the predecessor is G. Okay, G, so the arrow come from activity G, so I have estimated time of 6. After the activities, you can see there is no any other activities, so we assume the arrow will go to the node finish. Okay, so now we're going to estimate
the earliest start time and the earliest finish time. Now we're going to calculate the forward, which is the earliest start and earliest finish. Okay, so for activity A, earliest start is 0, so we need to plus with the estimate time, which is 4, so the earliest finish equal to 4. And now we bring to the activity B, which is the predecessor from A, so earliest finish for activity A is 4, we bring to the B, so 4 plus 3 equal to 7. Okay, and next activity C, we just get the earliest finish from activity A is 4, so 4 plus 2 equal to 6. Now for activity D, we just get the earliest finish from activity B, which is 7, so plus with 5 equal to 12. For activity E, we need to compare between B and C, so we get the highest earliest finish, which is 7, so 7 plus 1 equal to 8. And for activity F, just get forward from activity C, which is 6 plus 3 equal to 9. Okay, now for activity G, we need to compare between activity E and F. So we get the highest earliest finish, which is 9. So the earliest start for activity G equal to 9. So 9 plus 4 equal to 13. Okay, and for activity H, you need to get straightforward from between D and F. So get the highest one, which is 12 plus 5 equal to 17. For activity I, just get straightforward from activity G, which is 13. So 13 plus 6 equal to 19. So to identify the completion time, we need to get the highest completion time, which is 19. So the finish node, the completion time for this project equal to 19. Now we're going to calculate backward, which is to calculate the latest start and latest finish. So since the completion time for these activities equal to 19, the both activity for H and I need to start with 19. Okay, so for activity H, 19, activity I, 19. So 19 minus 6 equal to 13. Okay, same goes to activity H, 19 minus 5 equal to 14. Now we backward to activity G. Just get straightforward from activity I, which is 13. So 13 minus 4 equal to 4. And for activity D, get straightforward from activity H, which is 14. So 14 minus 5 equal to 9. Okay, for activity F, you need to compare between G and H. Okay, so activity G is 4. Oh, sorry, I need to correct here. 13. Okay, so 9 compare with 14, you need to get the minimum letter start. So the letter start is 9. And 9 minus 3 equal to 6. For activity E, just get straightforward from the activity G, which is 9. So 9 minus 1 equal to 8. Okay, now for activity C, you need to compare between activity E and F. So the minimum number is 6. So 6 minus 2 equal to 4. For activity B, you need to compare the minimum activities between D and E. So the minimum letter start is from activity E, which is 8. So you need to get 8 for activity B, the latest finish. 8 minus 3 equal to 5. Now for activity A, you need to compare between activity B and C. So the minimum is 4. So 4 minus 4 equal to 0. Okay, now we need to calculate the slack time. Okay, so the formula for slack time is latest finish minus earliest finish. Okay, so again, the formula for slack time is latest finish minus earliest finish, or you can use latest start minus earliest start. Okay, so activity A, I follow the formula for latest finish minus earliest finish, which is 4 minus 4. So it's equal to 0. Okay, now for activity B, 8 minus 7 equal to 1. For activity D, 14 minus 12 equal to 2. Activity E, 9 minus 8 equal to 1. Activity C, 0. Activity F, 0. And then activity G, 0. Activity H, 19 minus 17 equal to 2. And activity I, 19 minus 19 equal to 0.
See here, this method on how you transfer the information into the proper answer. So you need to draw the table and then just add the table for ES, LS, EF and LF together with the slack, and then you need to put the timing or the numbers for each activities. Okay, so as stated, draw in the diagram, you just key in again into the table. Here you can see activities with the 0 slack time is considered as a critical activities, and all the activities that go through the path, the arrow, they call it as a critical path. So here, as you can see, this activity with the 0 slack is A, followed by C, and then followed by F, continue by G, and with I. So the critical activities for this project is A, C, F, G, I, and the critical part is A, C, F, G, I. The difference is only the arrow and the list of activities. So you need to put in both way. The first one, critical activities, only to put the list of activities, which is A, C, F, G, I, and for the critical part, you just list and put the arrow, okay, or the dash. Okay, so A dash, C dash, F, G, and I. The completion time for this project is 19 weeks. Depends on the project. If the project measured by weeks, so you need to put the value of weeks. But if the project measured by months, so you need to state the months.